Hello everyone, in this video I would like to explore with you the origins of the current place of worship in Mecca, Saudi Arabia. Let's look inside the Quran and see if it gives us any clues as to what it might have been. And in order to get the answer to that question, we have to ask another question. And the question is, what are the three major mosques mentioned in the Quran? So let's look at it together. Verse number 1 of chapter 17. It says, "Glory be to the one who slid or glided his servant by night from Al-Masjid al-Haram," which means the sacred mosque, the forbidden mosque. And we know which mosque that is. This is the mosque in Bakkah, Jordan. If you have not watched my previous 2 or 3 videos, I will put the link down there in the description. Please go ahead and watch them. Okay, so from there, that is mosque number 1, to another mosque. What mosque is that? Al-Masjid al-Aqsa. It means Al-Aqsa Mosque, whose surroundings we have blessed. So we have mosque number 1 here, is the sacred mosque in Bakkah, Al-Masjid al-Haram, and the second mosque is Al-Masjid al-Aqsa, right? But there is another mosque that the Quran talks about. Let's look at that. Verse number 107 of chapter 9 talks to us about a very specific mosque. Let's read the verse together. It says, "And those who took or adopted for themselves a mosque." Now, what was the purpose of it? For causing harm, diraran, for causing harm, wa kufran, and to show disbelief or cause disbelief. Then wa tafriqan bayna al-mu'minin, and to cause division amongst the believers. و إرصادا لمن حارب الله ورسوله من قبل, and as a rallying point for whoever had warred, had fought against Allah and His Messenger before. So there is this mosque that a group of people adopted, they built it, and the purpose of this mosque was to create harm amongst the believers and to show disbelief and create division amongst the believers. And it was supposed to be a rallying point for whoever had warred, whoever had fought against Allah and His Messenger before. And remember, keep in mind that you don't have one community, one unified community of true believers. You had early in Islam, you had 2 communities, the Umayyad version of Islam, and at the same time you had the true Islam. Just keep that in mind. So at some point, a group of people who pretended to have believed in Allah and His messengers, but in reality these people were hypocrites, but they were pretending to be believers, but they were hypocrites, they didn't believe. They built a mosque, they built a structure, and they invited people, they invited the believers to go there and to worship there. Now in the next verse, verse number 108 of chapter 9, Allah issues a command. It says, "Do not ever stand in it, never stand in this mosque." And then it says, "A mosque founded on righteousness from the first day is more worthy for you to stand in." So basically Allah forbids to stand for salah in this mosque. And then the next verse, verse number 110 of chapter 9, says they're building the structure which they built. This structure that they built, this building that they built, will not cease to be a cause of a skepticism, cause of doubt in their hearts, up until their hearts are cut or stopped. And Allah is all-knowing, all wise. So this building, this structure will forever, it will never cease. The word used here says la yazalu. It means it will never end, forever, up until the end of time. This mosque will serve as a cause of skepticism and doubt. So that this, for who? For those who don't truly believe. For the true believers, it's going to be fine. But for those who are not true believers, such as the associators, such as the hypocrites, such as those who disbelieve, this mosque has a special purpose. This is a mosque that will not cease to exist. It will continue to exist perhaps until the end of time as well. And forever, this mosque has a purpose. What is that purpose? This building and the structure of this mosque will not cease to be a cause of doubt and skepticism. It will always cause doubt, skepticism, and hesitation in the hearts of those who do not believe, who are not sure, who are hypocrites, who are not true believers. Now my question is, where is this mosque? Where is this mosque? According to this verse, this mosque should never cease to exist, should never cease to cause that doubt and skepticism. But where is this mosque? If you go to current day Muslims, they will tell you that this is a mosque somewhere in Medina, and this is, but that mosque does not serve that purpose. That mosque that they're showing to you, according to the hadith, is just nothing significant. It actually has no significance in Islam. Whereas Allah is talking about a mosque that is actually active. So what has happened to this mosque? Where is this mosque? Where has it been hidden? According to this verse, this mosque should exist as of right now, and it should be serving its purpose. So my question for you is, which mosque was built to replace the true sacred mosque? I think we all know the answer. It was the current mosque, current structure, current Kaa'ba in Mecca, Saudi Arabia. And which mosque was it that the associators, who were the enemies of Allah and His Messenger, and who had massacred the Prophet's family and his disciples and his followers, built and chose to replace the sacred mosque with? I guess we know the answer. It's the current Kaa'ba in Mecca, Saudi Arabia. Another question, which mosque was it that became the rallying point for the enemies of Allah and His Messenger, with its followers again massacring all who had been left, all who had remained from the true followers of the Prophet? It was the current Kaa'ba, current mosque in Mecca, Saudi Arabia again. And that's the mosque that the Umayyads used to replace with the true original Masjid al-Haram, sacred mosque, Kaa'ba, Safa, Marwa in Petra, in current day Petra, Jordan, in Bakkah. This mosque, again, as I mentioned, will always, forever, la yazalu, it means forever. It will never stop doing that. It will never cease, forever. If that happens, you know that verse is not true. That verse is actually a prophecy. It says, La yazalu bunyanahum allazi banaw. It means it will forever, it never cease to serve that purpose of being a source of doubt and skepticism. So this is a very important mosque that is present right now. It's right there. And when Allah's messenger of the covenant is appointed, it will continue to serve that purpose of causing doubt and skepticism. This is my understanding of the Quran, because there are only 3 major mosques mentioned in the Quran. So that mosque will be the rallying point. So the current mosque in Mecca, Saudi Arabia, will be the rallying point for all those who will fight against Allah and His promised messenger, servant of the covenant that will come hopefully very soon. These verses, 107 of chapter 9, 107, 108, 109, and 110 of chapter 9, these are prophetic verses that cover a long period of time from the past to the future. This is the power, this is the wisdom of the Quran. This is a timeless book. This is why I love this book. You cannot read this book and not love it. When you understand this book, you drown in it. It pulls you into itself. You love it, and because you love it, and because you're technically loving the words of your Creator keeps teaching you more, and you get drowned even more. And at the end, you are going to become one with the words of Allah. Peace and blessings to all of you.